Hello everyone, I am Anish Krishna and you can contact me via LinkedIn, and today we are going to deal with data analytics with Excel. So before I walk through this entire course, I really appreciate if you support, like, share and do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Well, in uh, this course will be around learning new functions that is used for handling raw data. You need to learn new function so that you can handle raw data and manipulate them and calculate them. So the first function will be round off function. This function is used to calculate data. For an example, a round off function is used to round the value of the input. A round off function is always starts with equal to, round and close braces inside value. So for an example, round off 7.27 would evaluate to the answer 7. The next function is square root function. You need this function in order to combine function or to reciprocate or for to find the square root of an value. For an example, you can see that the square root of 25 is 5. For an example, you need to find a square root of a different number like 5.0625 would give an answer of 2.5. If you round off this 2.5, it will be evaluated to 2. So in this video, I will give the entire walkthrough of the function, and in my later video, I will give you the exercise where I will show you how this function works. So this video will be entirely on the theory based as well as the how the syntax works. So the next function could be mean and maximum ranges. In order to find the range of data, whether you need to find the medium range or the max, you need to use these two functions. A range can be a typically group of cell with separated by a column. So in order to find the mean, you can use value 1 and 2, how many values you can in this argument. And max function is also value 1 and 2, how many values of argument are there in this column. For an example, you can find the max of 1 to 5 or even the mini of 1 to 3. The answer of maximum 1 to 5 would give you the answer of 5, which is self-learned. Next is selecting the ranges, sum, average and medium. In order to find the total number of sum or average or medium, you need to know these functions, which is a very good way of starting data analytics with Excel. So as I said, sum is used to calculate the sum of all arguments, and average is also used to calculate the average of the all arguments, and median is also calculated between arguments. So the difference between average and median is the average gives the average sum of the weighted sum, where median gives the just the which value is the median for which range of the data or argument that is followed by. For an example, sum could be 10 plus 5, which gives the answer 15, or if you find a range in the data which is B2 to B13. The next slide is more on rank. So the rank function compares the other two ranks and gives which rank to be followed. So the rank function will be defined as rank value comma data, which evaluates the rank in the value in that set of data. For an example, a rank could be from 10 ranks. For an example, you are studying in a class. What is the rank from first standard to 10th standard in an ascending order or a descending order? So in order to find the first rank of student in ascending or descending order, we give even more arguments to rank by following by is ascending. It is so simple that when rank value data is 1, which is ascending, the rank followed by an ascending order. When it is default by 0, which means in descending order. We can see in this column. When the ascending is 0 and it is followed by the default value. When the ascending is 1, it is followed by the ascending order. So this gives the way of manipulating data in terms of finding the rank based upon the value in the arguments. And next is string manipulation, which is left or right. A string is simply a word or alphanumerical where even a plain text you can find which number of strings to be manipulated. Generally, there are two types. One is left string and right string. Left string is string parenthesis with number of character. For an example, if you put the string and comma 1, which takes the index of the left string, index of the string 1, which has a character. And similarly, for the right string, if you put right string comma 1, which defines the number of character next to the from the index of 1. The next slide is the length and search. Length simply gives you the number of characters in the text. For an example, length of cell will evaluate to 4. Search. Search for comma text to search is a very tricky function where the text where this for we can see in the example where search e equal to test comma space test, which represents 2 since e is written for 2 times. So what I mean is that in this box you need to specify which character to be searched for a string, and text to search where the string has been searched for. So this is a little bit tricky function. Don't worry, I got you in the example in the next video. So next is combination of string. In order to combine two string, you need to use concatenation function or concat function in Excel. So concat function is simply combine string 1 or 2, or you can combine as many as string you want. For an example, concat foo space and bar, it converts to foo bar. The next is date function. We need to use a date function. So in a data, if the data is presented with the date function and you need to compare the two dates or month or year, we use this function, or you can use the number of profits in the dates, so which date gives you the highest profit. So these are the example by using the weekday function. So weekday function works like date and comma type. So watch closely to this type. When the type is 1, it represents the date from Sunday as taken as 1 and Saturday is taken as 7 by default. If you represent the type 2, then the Monday is taken as 1 and Saturday is taken as 7. And when you represent the type 3, Monday is taken as 0 and Sunday is taken as 6. So this you have to be very clean, and you need to use which type you want for comparing two dates. For an example, let us use a weekend function where function between January 2001 to January 2003. So which gives you the difference as 2 and taken as Monday as 1. Next is comparing dates. So this is another important function where you need to compare two dates. So the function followed by date, dated if, start date and end date and comma unit. So you need to specify very important on this unit, which gives, if you write y, it compares the number of years between two dates, and if you write m, it compares the dates between 2 months, and if you write d, it compares the date between two dates. And now is a function which is taken as the current time. What is today's date? For an example, a dated if between these two dates, when you put d as an unit, it would evaluate to 2. But if you put m as an unit, it would evaluate to 0. Why? Because both the months are same. So that's why. Again, if you put evaluate to y instead of d, it will return 0 because both the year are same. So this is the theoretical understanding of the function for required for an data analysis to know in an Excel. So next video will be about the exercise what I am going to share you. Thank you.